President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has left the Philippines for a three-day state visit in China. To fill us in with the details, here's Denisa Fernandez reporting live. Denisa?
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Tuesday departed the country to go to China for a 3-day state visit, during which the two countries are expected to strengthen trade and investment ties, as well as address security issues of mutual concern. The presidential plane left the Maharlika Villamor Air Base in Pasay City around 1:30 p.m. after Marcos delivered his departure statement and was given departure honors by troops. In his speech, Marcos vowed to pursue initiatives in key areas such as agriculture, energy, infrastructure, as well as trade and investment. Marcos said the Philippines is expected to ink more than 10 key bilateral agreements with China, which will be on top of the over 100 existing agreements between the two countries. The president also said he will push for the resumption of tourism and cultural cooperation between the Philippines and China, especially as the former is further easing COVID-19 restrictions. He also vowed to continue pursuing initiatives in priority areas to ensure food security, sufficient and stable energy, as well as programs on sustainable digital economy. She, according to the DFA, will host a dinner banquet for the Philippine delegation after his meeting with Marcos. The two countries are also seen to ink an agreement forging a direct communication line between both nations in a bid to avoid miscalculation and miscommunication in the West Philippine Sea. This will be the two leaders' second meeting after they met in Thailand last November on the sidelines of the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. The president pushed through with a state visit despite the fresh surge of COVID-19 cases in China.
Mhm. Denisa, of course, aside from the possible economic deals that we can secure from this trip, all eyes really are on the issue of the West Philippine Sea. So earlier in your report, you mentioned that there will be an agreement to avoid a miscommunication regarding this issue, right? So do we know any more details about this?
Yes, Neil, the agreement will be signed by Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo and his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi. The accord will establish a direct communication between the two countries' foreign ministries. Aside from that, we do not have any information yet on what the agreement contains.
Mhm. So President Marcos pushed through with this trip despite the surge in COVID cases there in China. So are the two leaders planning to tackle this issue of COVID-19? And for another point, what has the Philippine government said about this? Are we eyeing to close our borders maybe whatsoever?
Neil, based on details from Malacanang, the COVID-19 surge is not among the agenda. So far, the Philippines has not made any decisions or policies when it comes to quarantine or COVID-19 testing for travelers coming from China. But the Department of Health earlier ordered for the intensified monitoring and implementation of border control measures for travelers coming from China.
Okay. That's Denisa Fernandez reporting live.